The Manhattan Project was one of the most significant and secretive scientific endeavors in history. It was a research and development project during World War II that produced the first nuclear weapons. Initiated by the United States with the support of the United Kingdom and Canada, the project not only altered the course of the war but also reshaped global politics and military strategy for decades to come. Origins of the Manhattan Project. The seeds of the Manhattan Project were sown in the late 1930s, when physicists in Europe began to understand the immense energy that could be released from splitting atoms, a process known as nuclear fission. In 1938, German scientists Otto Hahn and Fritz Strassmann discovered that uranium atoms could be split, releasing a massive amount of energy. Alarmed by the possibility that Nazi Germany might develop a powerful new weapon, physicist Albert Einstein and Hungarian physicist Leo Szilard wrote a letter to U.S. President Franklin D. Roosevelt in 1939, urging him to start a nuclear weapons program. In response, the U.S. government established a small committee to explore nuclear research. By 1942, with the United States now fully engaged in World War II, the effort was dramatically expanded and became known as the Manhattan Project, named after the Manhattan Engineer District of the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers. Organization and leadership. The Manhattan Project was led by General Leslie R. Groves of the U.S. Army and physicist J. Robert Oppenheimer, who served as the scientific director. Its operations were spread across multiple secret sites in the U.S. Los Alamos, New Mexico, site of the main laboratory where the actual bombs were designed and assembled. Oak Ridge, Tennessee, focused on uranium enrichment. Hanford, Washington, produced plutonium, another fissionable material. At its peak, the project employed over 130,000 people and cost nearly $2 billion, over $25 billion today, adjusted for inflation. Despite its size, it remained one of the best-kept secrets of the war. Scientific breakthroughs. The project pursued two paths to creating a nuclear bomb, one using uranium-235 and the other using plutonium-239. Both are isotopes capable of sustaining a nuclear chain reaction. The uranium bomb, called Little Boy, was simpler in design and used enriched uranium from Oak Ridge. The plutonium bomb, Fat Man, required a more complex implosion mechanism and used plutonium produced at Hanford. A key moment came on July 16, 1945, when the first-ever nuclear explosion, known as the Trinity Test, was successfully conducted in the New Mexico desert. The massive blast confirmed that the weapon would work. Use in World War II. Less than a month after the Trinity Test, the U.S. dropped Little Boy on Hiroshima on August 6, 1945, and Fat Man on Nagasaki on August 9. The bombings killed over 100,000 people instantly and many more from radiation and injuries in the months and years that followed. On August 15, 1945, Japan announced its surrender, marking the end of World War II. The use of atomic bombs remains one of the most controversial decisions in military history, with ongoing debates over whether it was necessary to end the war or a demonstration of power aimed at the Soviet Union. Legacy and impact. The Manhattan Project forever changed the world. It marked the beginning of the nuclear age, ushering in decades of Cold War tensions and an arms race between the United States and the Soviet Union. It also spurred advancements in nuclear energy, medicine, and physics, but raised serious ethical and moral questions about the use of science for destructive purposes. Many of the scientists involved, including Oppenheimer, later expressed regret or concern over their roles in creating such devastating weapons. In 1947, the Atomic Energy Commission was formed to oversee nuclear technology in the U.S., and much of the wartime secrecy gave way to public discourse about nuclear power and proliferation.